Last month, President Donald Trump eliminated the special legal status for Somali immigrants living in Minnesota. It was said that they're up there committing a lot of scams. There's a lot of Somali gangs. There's just a lot of things going on in Somalia that it's gotten the president's attention. And now he's speaking like this.
And they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries, too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain, and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it. Thank you very much, everybody.
The last administration let in 20 million unknown and unvetted foreigners from all over the world, from places that you don't want to even know about. No country can tolerate such a risk to our very survival. Example is Minnesota, where hundreds of thousands of Somalians are ripping off our country and ripping apart that once great state. Billions of dollars are lost, and gangs of Somalians come from a country that doesn't even have a government, no laws, no water, no military, no nothing. As their representatives in our country preach to us about our Constitution and how our country is no good.
Now, Donald Trump, he's going in on that community hard body. Hard body. He's saying all they do is, be itch and all that kind of stuff. They coming from the country that they come from. He said that their country stinks. It's all kinds of stuff going on over there. We let you come into America, and you come into America, and you're doing a whole bunch of wild, crazy stuff. Now, I'm sure that there's a lot of hard-working Somalis that come here. They get good jobs. They pay taxes. They're not out and part of gangs. They're not committing crimes. They up there in Minnesota doing their thing, right? I'm sure that they are. And there's, like I said, there's a lot of Somalians that's not, into the street stuff. So a lot of his hypocrisy is being called out, right? A lot of people are upset with Trump for the things that he's saying about that community.
See, the thing about the Somalis in Minnesota is they're just the distraction. They're just the fall guy. Do you think that they're getting these federal grants and state grants without a white person signing off on them? Without a white person benefiting from this money being funneled through their community? The thing is, the same thing has happened in all other communities, but the other communities have been here long enough that they know how to itemize certain expenses. They know the loopholes. They got their lawyers on deck. So they're doing the same money, but it's just the immigrants are doing it more blatant because they're coming across from overseas so trusting. This is a land of milk and honey. So they hiding cash in their Madat. Whereas these people over here have offshore accounts. They have everything itemized. They have everything expensed a certain way. But it's just a distraction.
Now, you have other immigrants that's in this country, like Russian immigrants, Italian immigrants, Polish immigrants, Asian immigrants, and they're all dealing in drugs and all kinds of illegal activities. All kinds of, not just illegal substances, healthcare fraud. They're dealing in all kinds of stuff, and it seems like it's being overlooked. It seems like Donald Trump's administration is only attacking Africans and Latinos. There's no focus on the W folks that's coming over into this country. But a lot of these Africans, they're taking part in all kinds of illegal activities, you know, insurance policies and scams. And it's just a whole bunch of the African scam stuff that they do in their countries, and they're bringing that stuff to America. So a lot of black Americans are also fed up because when they come, they're coming into a lot of our communities. And we're getting mixed in with them, and a lot of black Americans are separating themselves from this.
If y'all don't get y'all fraudulent scamming, cross-eyed, big four-headed, incestual out of here. We know you married your brother. Take y'all illegal scam. Get out.
ICE is on their way to Minnesota. They bringing a new operation to Minnesota, St. Paul area specifically, and it's just not going to be them. It's going to be several other federal agencies. They call them strike teams. I just learned that today. Strike teams is coming to Minnesota. ICE plus strike teams is coming to St. Paul region. Now, no one knows who they're going to target, but you know, DHS, they specifically target undocumented immigrants. I think it's going to be the Somalians because the TPS ended for them. Like, then Trump say the TPS ended for them, like, maybe not even a week ago. And then he stated that they need to go back home and build up their own country, his words, unquote. Now, here's a recap of what Trump said about the Somalians. Check this out. But yeah, ICE is on their way with an operation to Minneapolis, St. Paul region. Stay safe out there, because it's ICE on the roads, and then there's an ICE operation happening too.
Now, a lot of black Americans are fed up with these communities because they come here and they don't unify with us. A lot of them come there and they thumb their nose up at us and they don't associate themselves with our community. Now, I often told you guys that a lot of times when they come here, even the ones that don't thumb their nose up at us, everything that we fight for or vote for is diametrically opposed to them, because our dysfunction in this country, their American dream is predicated on our dysfunction, right? If we're doing good in the communities that we got thriving communities, then it's no need for them. We won't patronize their stores. There's a lot of things that we do to make their lives better based off of our dysfunction. So anything that we fight for, they fight against. That's why a lot of them don't come here and join our struggle today. It's not like it was in the 60s. A lot of them come here and they go over to the W man. They marry a W man or W woman. They get in the politics and they oppose reparations and they call us lazy because their lifestyle is predicated on our dysfunction. That's the way it's set up. So Donald Trump, he came in vowing to get rid of these immigrants and push them out. And that's exactly what he's doing. And a lot of black Americans are in support of that, right? I mean, he's going ham. Check it out.
It just gets bad in here, man. I just don't want to be here no more. I pray to God just. I'm just tired of you guys talking about me and just always talking. You guys just don't even know how to just leave me alone.
Now, you see the Donald Trump administration is going hard, and they going on jobs. They coming to your house. They going everywhere, and they just grabbing you, and they shipping you back to your country. Now, that was a Somalian man being grabbed and dragged out. He was crying. Then you had another man whose video went viral, and he was in Mogadishu, right? And he was crying, I don't want to be here, right? He was trying to talk like in a black American accent, right? But they nabbed him up, gaffled him up, and shipped him back to his country, right? Because he was here illegally. So it gets real crazy. But this same dude, after this went viral, he was caught on video talking to a black American from Texas about going to the U.S. Embassy and, asking Donald Trump for help to get back into the country. And then he started being disrespectful and disrespecting the young brother.
The man who was crying and begging for Trump to give him his passport back is now on live begging black Americans to help him get back to America after his criminal behavior got him deported. He was then trying to throw slick shots.
Trying to get my word through. I'm all the way in Texas. What I'm gonna do from Texas, bro? Hey, thank you. Hey, Reese's showing love.
Right. That's why a lot of us need to start going to school, man. We understand one thing. The Embassy of America is based also in America as well. It's the headquarters.
Okay.
So, you can go down there.
You need to get back to headquarters.
I ain't used to, man. That's how they fly. I guess y'all got a lot of cows and horses over there.
Bro, what you mean? Bro, I'm in the crib.
Now, their level of hatred runs deep. Because this guy is deported. He's back in Mogadishu. He's online crying. He comes and he's talking to a young brother in Texas about going to the U.S. Embassy. Now, let's get this straight. You as a U.S. citizen, a young man, you've never even been into a U.S. Embassy. You have no reason to go to a U.S. Embassy. You're a citizen. You have no reason really to know about that kind of stuff, right? And first he's brother, and all that kind of stuff. But when the young man didn't know what he was talking about, or it seemed like he couldn't help him, he started being disrespectful and condescending and started talking about cows and goats. Well, it's cows and goats running down the street in Mogadishu. That's what's happening in Mogadishu. There's no running water in Mogadishu and places like that. The electricity is going out. You're crying saying you don't want to be there. But you're getting online, instead of being nice and trying to explain to people, you're being disrespectful. And that's the way a lot of them think. That's how they operate. A lot of them don't come here to be our friends or be allied with us. They don't come here to be 10 toes down with us. So even in asking for help, he still can't be respectful. He's still going to be condescending. He's still trying to swindle and scam right from being deported right from his country. Like, man, listen, it gets so crazy that there's a video up in Minnesota of them saying that they got to take Black American seats and take over because they're not here to work with Black Americans. They are here to delineate and build for their own group. Check this out.
Keep screaming this from every mountaintop I can. That's Hassan Ali, and this is Ilhan Omar. We know who Ilhan Omar. Hassan is the president or prime minister of Somalia. They had a roundtable meeting with nothing but Africans talking about getting in to American politics, but understanding that they are 100% Somalian and they will never change. Now, in this clip that I'm about to show, Mr. Ali, Hassan Ali, is talking, and he's letting it be known that Ilhan Omar is there to take a Black American seat in Congress.
It is very important in Hanta, Somalia, and West Somalia, or exceeding Sutai. Didn't do Haka, Kusias, of Haka, of Moro.
They are not here to be our friends. They are not here to fight for all Black people. They are here to fight for Somalians. That's it. Those are not my words. It's their words. It's their actions, right? So before y'all jump on here, look, just another jealous Black American. I'm not jealous of anything. We can't be beat. We're undefeated here. That's something y'all forgot. Mind you, the camera. So I want to know what y'all got to say about that. I already know that Black Americans have no allies at all. We don't have friends here. We don't have allies here, especially Africans. It's sad, but it's true. And it's not coming from us. It's coming from you guys, because you guys come over here to this country, automatically look at us as enemy number one. Then you get caught on camera doing this. It's absolutely crazy, but I love when people show their true colors. Please tell me who you are so I can believe you the first time.
So now the African community, they haven't been going out of their way to unify with us or ingratiate themselves into our culture. A lot of them haven't. Outside of Liberians and maybe some Ghanaians on the East Coast corridor, a lot of Africans ain't rocking with us like that. They come here again, and we've been saying this. They thumbed our nose up at us. Now, a lot of Pan-Africans here go and run interference and make excuses for them, and a lot of Pan-Africans here in America, they'll put us down to justify the behavior of a lot of Africans. But we're starting to see now that the Trump administration is grabbing them up and kicking them out. They're running to us. They running to us for help, and we like, yo, what you mean running to us for help? You guys, man, you see me every day in the gym, or you see me every day walking down the street. You ain't never spoke to me or talked to me or came over and tried to ingratiate yourself into the culture of the group. You came over here and you complained and we call you booty scratch and all that kind of stuff. You wasn't associating with us. You wasn't rocking with us. So now you online like this guy in Mogadishu. He calling out the Black Americans for help, but you shouldn't. See, this is the thing. Had you been part of the community, you wouldn't have to call out the Black Americans for help, because we would be on the front line trying to help you, trying to get you back into this country by any means necessary, because you would have been the rider with us. I know some Africans, my homie Z, my homie Allen, right? My homie Z from Mauritania, my homie Allen from Ivory Coast. If they got grabbed up, the community would be fighting to get them back, because they are a part of the community. They ingratiated themselves into the community and have become brothers amongst us, right? They hang and live amongst the group. So yeah, we will be fighting to try to get them back, because they didn't come here and tether themselves onto nothing. They came here and added on, right? A lot of y'all don't, to the point where now you have Somalians that have came and became part of the group, right? And they're rolling with us. They're calling this out.
Our truth we have not been saying out loud. Number one, go to Somali malls. Cash only, no receipts. That's sus. We gotta say that out loud. Number two, Somali tax accountants. They say, oh, you have no taxes today. That's sus. We gotta call that out. What? Yeah. Somali trucking companies cutting corners. That's sus. Let's not do that. Appreciate that. Let me keep going. Yeah, helping each other lie on forms. Like it's some sort of community service we're doing to each other. What? Yeah. And recently I just saw a Somali sheriff, police officer, saying that he only serves the Somali community. What are you doing? You're an American. The whole citizens is your duty to protect and provide great, excellent service. Hello? Get rid of that mindset. Appreciate that.
Now, this Somali brother, he's really exposing his own community, and he's calling out their bullcrap. And he's talking about, they got these malls where they do cash only, and these stores where there's cash only because they're doing tax fraud. They don't want to pay taxes, right? And he's saying that they're in America now. Some of them are even here illegally. They get in the chance, and they come in here with this same fraud and the same scams they was doing back home. They bringing that stuff to America. He was talking about trucking companies that cut corners. Now, when you have trucking companies that come over here and they cut corners, you can have what happened last year, those catastrophic incidents with some of those immigrants that was coming here cutting corners. And when that one guy, that guy that had the truck company, he made the U-turn in the middle of the road and unalived some people, right? So you got them coming here, they cutting corners in the trucking business, doing all kinds of stuff that could be catastrophic, right? He also brought up the police. There was a police officer there that was saying that he only serves Somali communities, right? This is a police officer. So he don't care about no other groups. He don't care about no other communities. He only care about Somali communities. And then I showed you the video where they were talking about only dealing with Somalis. They don't care nothing about the other black communities or anybody else, right? He talked about them lying on farms, right, to get jobs or to get certain things, essentials that they would need. Right now, they supposed to be Muslim, right? They ain't supposed to be telling them no lies, but they're coming over here. They're doing all kinds of stuff, and this is what Trump was talking about. Now, does other groups do these things? Absolutely, absolutely. But we know we got a president in office. His focus ain't on the Russians, the Italians, the Polish, these other groups. He talking about black people, Africans, Haitians, and other Latino groups. That's what he's going after. You don't really see ICE deporting no people from Poland or people from these other countries. It's not on the news. You don't see him raiding Russian spots in order to put them out. That's not being played out on the news, right? But then again, those groups are not all invading our communities either. Eating our lunch. So y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this, man. Was Donald Trump's words, were they too harsh? What do you think about this Somalian man calling out his community and holding them accountable? Or the Somalian guy that got deported, but while he's deported, he's still talking trash about foundational black Americans from Mogadishu while asking for help. What's your opinion on this? If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.